It started.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness!
At Costco, an angry customer holds pepper spray, then lunges at an employee.
Stop! Get away! I'll walk you here. You're threatening my life. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do this. I'm not calling cops. Yeah.
Should they stop them?
Stay away, sir. Sir, stay away. I'm not getting near you. You're unmasked. Is that pepper spray? Yes. Okay. Sir, I need you to put that away. We're in a public place right now.
Another employee tries calming him down, but...
Yep, stay away. I'm going to stay away. Thank you. You can't be threatening people here with pepper spray, okay? Do you understand that?
Pepper spray?
No, you cannot threaten people in here with pepper spray. You're not a cop, you're not a lawyer.
It doesn't work. I'm genuinely curious. Has the pandemic made people dumber? Or adults have to be spoken to like they're 5?
I don't need this.
Oh, no.
And he's gone. Dude with the pepper spray just bounced. Like that. You see, remember Daniel Maples in the state of Florida?
You're 6 feet away from you.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. You are coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
He reportedly lashed out at 2 shoppers after being asked to wear a mask.
Threaten me again! Back the up or your phone down!
This was pre-vaccine days of the pandemic, July 2020 to be exact. No surprise he was fired by Ted Todd Insurance. As Billy Corbin wrote, here was Dan at work in happier days.
No, that I am not a member of Costco anymore. Okay, so you want me to get that taken care of? Yes. All right, you'll have to put your mask on for me to do that. I will not. Well, then come back in another time. Okay. You are a boss. Okay.
Remember this Karen who, aside from not being a member, refused to put her mask on as well?
I'm gonna have to come out and see you.
So she decided to plop down on the ground and refuse to leave because freedom, of course. Speaking up.
California, I know.
If they allow us, if they grant us that, our kings, the people in power, you're going to listen to these people?
Well, I know
they've destroyed our economy.
Well,
they're
sir,
destroying
they're
our
evaluating.
culture. They're destroying our state.
I see.
And you're just going to listen to their rules.
Well, what we are going to do is simply follow the guidelines.
Okay. I'm getting my refund. I'm getting my refund from Costco.
The deranged former child actor who stars in World's Biggest Ken also confronted innocent Costco employees. I continually pity workers who must deal with these people. It should not be part of the job, and these folks have, well, mandated it. In the first video, the threat of pepper spray is apparently very real to those just working at a store like Costco. Via the Akron Beacon Journal, a man who refused to wear a mask at the Costco store in Boston Heights sprayed pepper spray at a store manager after being escorted from the store, police said. The man, dressed in all black and wearing cargo-style tactical pants and tactical boots, entered the store at about 11:15 a.m. He wasn't wearing a mask and refused to put one on. After being escorted out, the man pepper sprayed the manager in the face and fled in a white Crown Vic, Peninsula police said.
I wanted to let you know that you are in a disabled parking space.
Oh
Honest
my
to state.
No, I do know I'm in a disabled parking space.
Right, you know that you can't be.
Why can't I be?
I saw you walk into your car. You're not disabled. You know that these are only for disabled people. It's rude to be taking up these spots. And it's really quite unfair when the rest of us having to park all the way over there. And you just get, what?
Can you explain to me what your thought on disability is then, please?
Right, well, not you. You're walking. Are you walking? Can you walk?
I can walk a short distance, yes, with aids.
Right, then you're okay. You're not disabled. Be thankful. There are some people out there with real issues.
Be thankful. You don't know what disabilities I have got.
Well, I know you don't have a disability.
In another episode of You Should Have Minded Your Damn Business, we have a car Karen hounding an elderly woman about parking in a handicapped spot. It started when the top cop Karen noticed the older woman walk into her car, and according to the Karen, you don't have a disability if you can walk the distance from the store back to your car. The ableism and clear lack of education is strong in this one, so let me help give her a lesson. Globally, 1 in 7 people have a disability, and of that 1 billion people, 80% of them have hidden disabilities. A hidden disability is a disability you don't notice at first glance and isn't obvious. Think hearing or visual impairments, dyslexia, people with PTSD, and certain forms of autism. The list goes on. People with disabilities already have to deal with so much. The lack of comprehensive education about disabilities, lack of inclusive building setups and accessible amenities, the lack of basic respect that should be given to every person, and even the lack of safety procedures. Take this viral tweet from Twitter user Golem Gabby. It reads, "It's already been said, but the emergency plan for disabled kids is to let us die. Not even in active shooting scenarios, but also fires. My most poignant example happened when I was in the AAPD intern class of 2019, and the campus cops left us for an hour during a 3 a.m. fire alarm." Definitely check out this thread, but her story unfortunately isn't unique. There are dozens of headlines detailing the lack of concerns or safety protocols for students and people with disabilities, and it's sad that we, and when I say we, I mean able-bodied people who don't have to think about these things constantly, don't think about these things as much as we should. And now there are Karens in the mix, making it that much more difficult.
No, you're walking, you're not disabled.
Have some manners, young lady.
Have a bit of respect.
You have some respect for your
Have
elders.
some respect. My elders?
Yes.
You're ancient. You're fine.
Go away to your little car and go and play with your dollies, little girl, because you clearly don't understand what a disability is.
No, you don't have a disability. You don't understand why.
I do not have to prove anything to you.
Well, why not?
Do you carry
Because
a warrant badge? Are you the police?
I don't need to be the police to
Do
try
you
and
not?
enforce the
Just
right
go
thing.
away, just
Okay,
walk away.
quiet.
That is my proof that I can park here. Okay.
Ultimately, what this Karen is suffering from is entitlement. I don't know about y'all, but I am not tripping over a parking space that I don't use. So why did this Karen feel so impassioned and angry about it? Well, I've concluded 2 reasons. First, it's the dehumanization and misunderstanding of people who are disabled. It's only okay when she can physically see the disability, because that's when they deserve the spot in her eyes. She gets to define who is and isn't disabled. That's a form of ableism. Second, it's because she's an a-hole who finds it so hard to walk another 10 feet to her car. This video gave her a lot of grace because I would have shown her face to the world. However, I don't want to focus on her. Instead, let's focus on how we can be better allies. Here's how you can start according to the Access Living. Believe people when they disclose a disability. Listen to people when they request an accommodation. Don't assume you know what someone needs. Never touch a person with a disability or their equipment without consent. Keep invasive questions to yourself. Don't speak on behalf of someone with a disability unless they explicitly ask you to. Educate and talk about disability with your children and young people. Advocate for amenities and buildings that are easily accessible to all people. Incorporate accessibility into your event planning, and center the voices of people with disabilities in these discussions. This is not an issue that is talked about enough, and that's a shame. Let's do better.